As part of our series in Philippians called Shine Like Stars, we're lifting up some stories from in our midst of what God has been doing. And one of the things that came on my radar over the last little while has been the Slates and their connection with some of the kids in the Dominican Republic. And thank you for letting me interview you today. How long have you been involved with the kids in the Dominican Republic?
We sponsored 2 girls approximately 2 years ago, both high school students, and both of them in families without a male figurehead. And
then more recently you sponsored a 3rd girl as well, who's also in that high school, college
Yes,
age
she just
range.
has begun university, and also she's in a family without a father, but she does have some older brothers to look up to.
So one of the things that is interesting is I've worked with Neil on a bunch of different work projects at Forest Home and the Dominican Republic, and Neil builds stuff. He can do anything. In fact, he helped me in my own house once with a major repair. But what I noticed in the Dominican Republic was not the work project. I knew that was going to happen. But what I noticed was the deep affection that was there between you and these kids that you have sponsored. Can you say a little bit about how that has happened?
We were warned ahead of time that the culture there is much more personal and less job or task oriented. And so we were aware that we would be getting much closer to people than what would be our normal comfort zones. And so we allowed ourselves to get closer, and it just came naturally, and both the girls and I really just bonded immediately.
Yeah, that was very clear to me that there was deep affection.
Yes.
They would seek you out during the day, and you would drop what you were doing and just spend time getting to know them and learning more about their families and their way of life. And I believe that's the kind of love that changes people. Now, Cinda, you came, in fact, you made sure that you had gotten both knees figured out with surgery before you came, just so that you could come this year and be part of the trip. Say a little bit about your experience this year with the Dominican Republic.
Well, I had heard so much from Neil about the girls that I thought that I really knew them. And when I got there, I was just really overwhelmed at first by just the affection that they had. They were so thrilled to meet me, and I was so thrilled to meet them, and it was that personal interaction that I just didn't pick up on. And then when I visited Los Robles and we drove around and looked at the homes that they lived in, it came home to me that these girls have nothing. And without this ministry and without the sponsorships, they would have little opportunity for advancement. It just made a big difference in how I observed them, to see where they were coming from and to know what a difference we were making.
Yeah, and being there, being present,
yes,
is so much a part of what the gospel is about too. That we can show up and do things, but so much of it is about who we are and the love that we have to give to others. Thank you for letting me interview you today. The Lord shines through you and is helping us to shine like stars.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jackson.
You're welcome.